everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 fragrances of 2022. I don't really speak about fragrances all that often on my channel, but I actually really love fragrances. Like most people, I am extremely picky. I often buy fragrances that other people recommend or that I've smelled on other people, and I end up really not liking them as much as I thought I would, or not at all. So I do believe everyone knows that fragrance is extremely personal. So even though these are my favorites and I like the way they smell on me, I can't guarantee that you're going to love them, but maybe you will discover that you like similar notes to what I like. And perhaps after watching this video, you will have a few new ones to add to your list to check out the next time you are at Sephora or if you're placing an online order. And the timing could not be better. I have partnered with Sephora to tell you about their Fragrance for All event. Sephora is offering all Beauty Insider members access to the Fragrance for All event. And when I say all Beauty Insider members, I mean it doesn't matter what tier level you are. You can be Insider, VIB, Rouge. Everyone will receive 20% off any full-size fragrance. Some exclusions do apply. And the dates for this event are December 13th through the 24th. Now, if you are not already signed up to be a Sephora Beauty Insider, I will have the link to sign up down below in the description box. You're definitely going to want to do that because it's free to sign up, and who wouldn't want access to an event like this where you can save 20% on fragrances, which are often pretty pricey. The code to receive 20% off is Fragrance20. It is a one-time use code that can be applied online or in store. And don't forget, you can also shop at Sephora within Kohl's stores. And by the way, Sephora offers same-day delivery, buy online, pick up in store, and curbside pickup, all of which I personally take full advantage of. So now that we've talked about Sephora's Fragrance for All event, it's time to talk about my top 5 most used and loved fragrances of the year. I can't decide if I want to start from old favorites to new favorites or new favorites to old favorites. Maybe we'll start with old favorites. This is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl Eau de Parfum. What first drew me to this fragrance years ago was, of course, the bottle. I am a self-proclaimed glam girl. I love my stilettos. So when I spotted this bottle, which is a stiletto, I didn't even really care what the fragrance was inside of the bottle. I knew I wanted it just for display purposes if I didn't really like what it smelled like. But it turns out that I loved it from the first whiff. Good Girl Eau de Parfum is in the floral fragrance category. It's considered a warm floral, and its keynotes are tuberose, jasmine, and tonka bean. The keynote of jasmine give it its brightness and femininity. And if you read the description, it says the darker side is created with richly fragrant cocoa and intoxicating tonka. Almond and coffee bring the scent its immediate vibrancy. Tuberose, extracted in a new way that creates a rich delicacy, is the fragrance's wild card. It says that it brings fluidity and femininity to the fragrance, and I could not agree more. I think this fragrance is feminine and sexy, and you will find that is a theme throughout the fragrances that I will be speaking to. I am really drawn to very sexy yet feminine scents. I don't know if that's the glam girl in me, if that's why I'm drawn to these scents, but I just am. I love them. So my next longest running favorite is from Tom Ford. It is the Lost Cherry Eau de Parfum. I put off buying this for so long because, as we all know, Tom Ford fragrances, not inexpensive. So you really have to love one to purchase it. And I was actually sort of surprised that this is indeed part of the Fragrance for All event, 20% off. This is the time to purchase a Tom Ford fragrance if you have been wanting one. I actually got mine as a set, I think 2 years ago now. If Sephora is still selling the set, I will of course link it for you. I love having the travel size. as well as the full-size Lost Cherry. This is one of those fragrances that you either love it or you hate it. When I first smelled it, I wasn't sure that I loved it. I was very careful to spray quite a bit on myself, my body, and not just a little card, and wear it around for several hours to be sure that I really liked the dry down and to be sure that I was going to get longevity from it. You know what, I just looked and the gift set is still available. Lost Cherry is in the warm and spicy fragrance, but even though it's not considered a floral, it does have a couple of the same key notes as Good Girl, which would be the almond and the tonka bean. But then of course it also has black cherry. When you first spray Lost Cherry, I feel like the almond and the exotic black cherry really come through. But then it subtly transitions to the Turkish rose and jasmine that I love so much. You will find I am a big fan of jasmine in my fragrances. And it ends up just being very soft and so different from, I feel, anything else on the market. In addition to really loving this fragrance, I also love this bottle. It's pretty simple, but it's very elegant and sophisticated. It looks beautiful on a vanity. This is one of those scents that when I put this on, I feel so extra sexy. This is the fragrance that I put on when I'm wearing a little black dress and some stilettos. I feel like the two go hand in hand. And this was also an Allure Magazine Best of Beauty Award winner in 2021. So my next three favorite fragrances are all newer. Two of them are just new to me, and one of them is, by the time this video goes up, it may be only a week or two since it launched. And for two of the next three fragrances, I did purchase the travel sizes first, and then when I discovered how much I loved them, I went and purchased the full sizes. Up first is the Terry Mugler Alien Goddess Intense. This is another warm floral with bergamot, jasmine, and vanilla. It says here that this luxurious perfume bottle was created as a nomadic, magical object to take everywhere. Like a powerful, protective crystal, the glass envelope carries the promise of a bright future and the vision of magnetic femininity. Don't you just love fragrance descriptions? They're just so dramatic. This is a very sensual, long-lasting fragrance. I think it was my friend Stephanie Marie, I can't remember who, was telling me about this fragrance and that she had heard such amazing things about it. So that is when I went to Sephora and purchased the travel size. I am not a big fan of rollerballs when it comes to travel fragrances, so I really liked that this has a spray, that it is a spray. And I sprayed it and immediately said, this is it. This is for me. And I think, again, I said at the very beginning that a lot of the notes in the fragrances I will be talking about are very similar. So I was not surprised that I fell in love with this one as quickly as I did. And even though I haven't had it as long as the other two, I've worn it out several times and I have gotten quite a few compliments. I don't always get compliments on my fragrances, but these ones get me compliments. Now this next one is a little bit outside the box. And when I say outside the box, I mean that it's not really in the same vein as the others. This is the Replica Autumn Vibes. This is an earthy and woody fragrance. The keynotes are red berries, cardamom, cedarwood, and moss. So there's no jasmine, there's no vanilla, there's no tonka bean. This is very different for me. And the only reason I purchased this was because I was influenced by another influencer. I was watching TikTok one day and a content creator posted a video about how she stopped someone either in an office or on the subway because she smelled so amazing, so cozy and fall-like. I mean, the name of the fragrance is Autumn Vibes, so that makes sense. And in my opinion, this fragrance truly is autumn in a bottle. And just like with the previous fragrance I spoke about, I purchased the travel size first. And I am going on a trip at the end of December, so it's great to have travel sizes of some of my favorite scents. I really hope nobody minds when I read the descriptions off of Sephora because I could never remember all of this information. It says here, this crisp, woody perfume balances a note of fresh fir balsam with spicy cardamom alongside the warm scent of cedarwood to recreate a familiar moment of escape and gathering on an autumn day. And the bottle is influenced by the look of a classic apothecary jar. So if you too would like to smell like a cozy autumn day, you're going to want to check out Maison Margiela Replica Autumn Vibes. All right, last but not least of my top 5 fragrances of the year is a brand new scent from Fenty. This is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Fenty Eau de Parfum. It currently only comes in one size, 2.5 ounces for $140. This is a warm floral with magnolia, musk, and Bulgarian rose. It also contains hints of tangerine, blueberry, also hints of coconut and patchouli. On the Sephora website, they describe this fragrance as complex, and I definitely agree with that sentiment. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's vibrant, it's soft. I think the simplicity of the bottle is beautiful, and I waited throughout this whole video to spray anything on. I'm going with this one. The longevity of this fragrance is unmatched, truly unmatched. The first time I sprayed this, I wore it all day long, all night long, slept in it because I shower in the morning, and the next morning I could still smell it on my skin, more so than any other fragrance I have ever tried. These others are long wearing, at least on me they are, but this one tops them all. Rihanna did a phenomenal job with this fragrance. So I would pick it up while you can, especially after this Fragrance for All event. It could sell out. I just walked out of my filming room to grab something, and I happened to pass by my husband, and the first thing he said was, "Ooh, you smell really good." Now, before I close out this video, I wanted to share with you guys what I am currently wearing on my eyes. I have talked about this palette in another video, but I am loving it so much. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, so I know several of you are going to ask what I am wearing on my eyes. And it is this Sephora Collection Wishing You palette. It is the 16 pan palette that comes with a mirror, and it is so beautiful, and it's only $20. You are definitely going to want to add this to your cart, whether you are shopping the Fragrance for All event or you've already used your code and you're just doing some more shopping. This is another thing you are going to want to get before it sells out, and unfortunately it is limited edition. There are several gems within the Sephora Collection range, but this is my absolute favorite. The color story of this palette, the blendability, the pigmentation, I can say without hesitation that this is truly the best $20 eyeshadow palette I have ever owned. All right, everyone, that'll do it for my top 5 fragrances of 2022. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you are not already signed up to be a Sephora Beauty Insider, you are going to want to use that link in my description box to sign up so that you can participate in the Fragrance for All event. Once again, I will have the code and the dates of the event in the description box, as well as links to shop all of these products. If you have any questions at all, please leave them for me in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And finally, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do post new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and TikTok. My username is the same on every platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.